Alright guys, it's me and Tycoon coming back to you with another review, and this is of Sinners, which is out currently in cinemas at this moment in time. So let's get into the review. First and foremost, I'm going to give you a spoiler warning and a health warning, so watch out. The first spoiler warning is going to be that this movie is over 2 hours long. So that is your spoiler warning right there, because it goes into the health warning, which is if you have a weak bladder, yeah, don't drink a lot, because you're going to want to make sure you stay to watch the movie. It's a slow burn, over 2 hours long, but is it a masterpiece? I don't know. I like reviewing movies once the hype has died down, because I can actually get clarity and not get caught up with the rest of the rush. And yeah, cinematography wise, it is a masterpiece. Ryan Coogler has knocked it out of the park using his two different cameras, and merging it into one. The editing is phenomenal. The CGI is seamless. It creates a world which is long gone, and I loved it. I love watching it. That's what keeps you staying there. The storyline, it's an adaptation, would be the best way of putting it, from Dusk till Dawn. And you can literally see the similarities while you're watching the movie and enjoy it, because it's done in its own way. It is not copied, because this is not a horror movie or an action movie in the same vein that the trailers made it out to be. This is something different. It is a hybrid of many different genres put into one, and that's why you need to watch it. And it's done in a seamless way, because of the storytelling that goes behind it. The cast itself has knocked it right out of the park. They haven't phoned it in. This is a labour of love for them. Michael B. Jordan putting double duties as twin Smoking Stacks. Wunmi Masuka, who was in Lovecraft Country, as Annie, who's the voodoo shopkeeper. Haley Steinfeld as Mary, who's the love interest for Smoke. She really brings a lot of emotion to this. You've also got Delroy Lindo returning again. There's also Asian American representation in this as well, with Lee Jun Lee and Yao as the Asian Americans, shopkeepers or business people within Louisianna town that help out with the Juke Joint. Jack O'Connell as Remick does a really great job as a villain, because you kind of understand where he's coming from. Not everything is as on the face as it seems when you watching the movie, which is a real good thing about this. The characters are layered, and his reasonings for doing what he's doing become quite apparent as you think about it a little bit more. And then you got Miles Caton. He has knocked it out of the park in this one. Why? Because this is his first movie. It's his first movie with Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, and Delroy Lindo. And he's knocked it out of the park. He's done a great job. This guy is going to go places. And he plays the preacher's son, who becomes the blues musician that he wants to be. In the beginning of the movie, you see he comes back clutching his guitar, and you see the jump scares in the beginning, but that is as far as it goes when it comes to the horror side. It goes into a different realm. So the synopsis of the movie is short, straightforward and simple. Two brothers, Smoking Stacks, come back from Chicago, having made their money working with the mafia in 1930s Louisiana. They buy a juke joint. They do up and open in night so they can give back to the plantation workers that they left behind when they went to Chicago. And they left a lot more than just the plantation workers behind. They also left behind their loves, their relative loves of their lives. So with Smoke, it was with Mary, who's Haley Steinfeld's character, and with Stacks, it was with Annie, Wunmi Masuka's character. So they left everything behind, but they came back and have to rekindle those relationships again. But while they've set everything up, something happens. Some uninvited guests come along, who want to party, but not in the way that you're thinking. They're vampires. And the vampire Remick is drawn to that Juke Joint because of Mal Caton's character, who's a blues artist that they have never seen before. He absolutely bewilders everyone. And Remick's reason behind it is because Remick is a musician himself. And he's from an Irish background, and he's centuries old. Clearly, he wants someone that he can have musical banter, talent with, grow with. There's something deeper going on there than just survival. And now here's the spoiler warnings. So, gradually, one after the other, they get turned into vampires until there's only very few left, and it goes all out battle for survival. But the thing is, along the way, you're starting to see a couple of things that these guys don't know. The only one who knows about it is Annie. She knows about vampirism because of her relationship with the voodoo religion, where they talk a little bit about it. The Bram Stoker's vampire Dracula thing of not being able to come into a place unless invited and that kind of stuff, they all come into this. Garlic, stake through the heart, all the tropes are there. And it's done in a fast-paced manner when it actually gets into it. So it's a slow burn, slow build up, builds everything up. It's a magnificent sequence. That sequence is a standout sequence, whereas the musical number, because it goes into the history of musical influences from before when they were slaves all the way to, I'm talking about the African Americans, when they were slaves all the way through to modern day hip hop and R&B, as well as the influence into ballet. But they don't leave behind the Asian representation either. And that was the great thing. You see the influence of Kung Fu, and right at the end you see that. The Asian American influence has also been there, and it's intertwined within the African American experience, and I love that. And sadly, you'd think that it's going to be a happy ending. It doesn't go happy at all. But, there are some really good things. After the vampires, spoiler warning again, vampires get vanquished, the KKK decide to take their turn. And Michael B. Jordan's surviving brother, I'm not going to say which one it is, but he's pulling no punches. And it's always great to see people like Nazis and KKK get wiped out in very bloody and horrific manners. I love that. But stay for the end of the movie. The post-credit scene is actually the bittersweet final stamp on the film. And it's really wonderful watching it. But that was my review, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Whichever platform you're watching this on, make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Leave that comment. Let me know what you think about the movie. As always, if you don't know how to do that, you'll need to go back to school. So says the Tycoon.